And good afternoon, everybody. This is Michael Filigera. I am with logicalsignals.com and tradershelpingtraders.com. And this is the Elliott wave update for the NASDAQ 100 for Sunday, May 9th, 2021. First off, happy Mother's Day to all the moms who may be tuning in and listening today. I hope you all had a very great day. And let's hope that goodness carries right on through and having a great trading week. Beginning with the NASDAQ here, not a whole lot to be adding. The market pretty much did exactly what I was hoping it would do, and that is continue to launch higher on Friday. Now, pretty much after the opening salvo or the opening buyers that came in, it took the market a little bit longer to kind of even get up close to that level again before it really did start to sell off with a little bit of zest. And initially, this kind of gave me a little bit of question and doubt as to what the NASDAQ is doing. And in fact, that still remains, to be honest with you, because I now have a very, what I'm going to call a clean ABC up, unless the NASDAQ, as I've labeled here, we can continue to label this as the completion point of that minor wave 4. And that ended in a small failure, as we've discussed previously, then about 7.5 point failure. No big deal. The underlying strength of the buyers did come through again and provided a very nice liftoff to kick off this minor fifth wave advance. And what I've labeled this initial rally as is minute wave 1 of minor wave 5. That suggests that we are now in a minute wave 2, and that projects still to those same levels that I actually added on Friday, so I don't know, these were not available last time. So I've marked the Fibonacci that would relate to wave 2. The 3A2 level, which is most common, is 13,658, 660. So we'll leave it there. The more common area is going to be down here into this fourth wave or this corrective wave, and that's 13,603. So we can take that all the way down to 600. And right now, though, the market just could continue to pick up and go, and that would leave this as one, and then this is an ABC in and of itself. In fact, we can take this down to the 30. We'll take a little bit closer look at that. If we're going to call this was the finish of wave 1, and then we had that next wave was down, and then it continued in the next bar, even though that bar launched higher, reaching almost 3A2, as a matter of fact. And that could have been the A. This is the B. And then we have a completed C. Now, and then I could put a 2 there. So again, we're right in the area, a common area where it should pull back to, and that's 0.382% of that first wave. And that seems to be pretty clear for us right now. Now, having said that, what would have to come next is, because if indeed, if that is going to be the wave 2 mark, where my cursor is here, then we're entering into a third wave, and it should launch. It should launch, similar to how we got this going on Friday and how this got going on Thursday. These are important characteristics that we need to look for that's going to give us additional confirmation and strength that indeed this third wave is underway. And in fact, if it is underway, it should not have a problem breaking above 13,818, which was Friday's high. In fact, it should just keep on going. And what I'm going to do is go back out to the hourly, and I'm going to throw up the next or some Fibonacci's that I have put on. In fact, I'm going to have to go out almost, I think, to the weekly in order to do this. Because what we're looking for is the fifth wave rally. So I can probably do it from the daily. So I need to mark, we want Fibonacci, and I'm going to do extensions that are going to be able to hone in on and begin to tell us the levels that this fifth wave should get to, because remember, fifth waves in an advance or in a 5-wave structure are related to third waves. And that's how we can rate that they're related Fibonacci wise to third waves. So we're going to start by putting this in place, and it's going to overlap what we already have. Come on, just do it for me. I tell you, the computer wants to just be so touchy-feely with me. Come on. There we go. Put it down at the bottom of 4. And there we have it. Okay, so now go back down to my hourly chart. And you're going to see that right here where it's already reached, so basically within 17, 20 points here, that's the 50% level of where wave 5 would be equal, or it would be 50% of wave 3. That one we're not even looking for. We're looking for a whole lot more. So what I'm looking at, you can see, here's the level, 618 is the more common, where wave 5 is equal to wave is 0.618 times the length of wave 3. That is the most common for a fifth wave when it's related to the third wave. So that's 14,222 or 223. And we're going to allow throw over. We're going to push it all the way to 225, 230. And so it needs to pick up the pace. If we've only done 1, 2, 3 is going to cover the most ground. 3, I think, definitely takes us above the existing high at 14,064 and begins to head towards 14,100 to be complete. And again, third waves can come in to be, about 1.618 times the length of wave 1. But because this is a fifth wave, it's still going to follow a good pattern. But remember that in third waves, it's normally the longest and the strongest wave in that 5-wave sequence. And so one, I would expect us to subdivide as the first wave already has done. And I would be looking for it to pick up this pace and getting to the upside, and should not have any problems, in all honesty, of getting up and breaking that 14,064 level. Right now, we're quite a ways away. We're 300 points away from it, 300 points plus, 300 points, 330 points away from it. Can the NASDAQ do that in one day? Yes, we've seen it. Am I going to expect that for tomorrow? Not right off the bat, no. Because what we continue to have working against that is this isn't the end of wave 2. And then we've got this wave 2 that's going to come down and drop maybe this low, or down to the 50 before all is said and done, and we can get it going again. Now, all of the charts, the alignment is off in terms of direction and move, because they're not altogether pointing up and they're not altogether pointing down. They're kind of spaghetti-ish is what we call it, and that they're kind of intertwined and they're mixed. And so that produces more of a flat to range bound type of trading. So unless we can get this all straightened out during Globex or in the early part of tomorrow, I'm hoping that it will, because I certainly don't want another sideways range bound day like we had on Friday. It does produce its problems in terms of trying to trade past that first half hour, first hour of trade. So what am I going to look for tomorrow? I'm going to leave open the possibility. So when I get so far in Globex, NASDAQ's up 28, the Dow's up 38, and the S&P's up 525. So nice that they're holding on to the rally. We still have the Asian markets to get a hold of it, and then we have the European markets to get a hold of it. So once that's all cleared, and we'll get up, we'll find out. So if the markets remains in this range and really hasn't popped and really isn't going down, that leaves both scenarios clean, fresh, and able to do either direction. If the market moves lower and starts to break below 13,716, it's going to lean heavier towards getting down to 13,050, 13,640. all the way down to 13,600. We have to allow for that. If the market is going to be lower, we have to allow for that before we would see the next start of the next rally. And not that it's my favorite count or even my preferred, it's just could be reality. So it's best to lay it out and then look, and should it go there, let the market tell us what's really going to happen. Then we can come back and we can make adjustments to counts, we can make adjustments to Fibonacci, and then we'll determine as to what the near-term picture is going to be for the NASDAQ. Now, if the market continues to go up, initially, I'm looking for that thing to carry this above 13,823. That much, I think I'm definitely going to be looking for. And again, above 35, which is going to produce some resistance, but maybe that initial move gets it up there, then it pauses, pulls back. But again, it's going to find some resistance up here at 950. Again, that's still the 950 area. And then it should be, after that, you're just going to find it at the round number, 975, 14,000, et cetera, et cetera. Those round numbers tend to bring a pause. But if the buyers are strong, they'll just plow through it. I don't think that, we may get a little like, oh, is this a resistance level? But I don't think it's going to be anything more difficult. And then possibly we get that move that's going to take us up to above 14,064. I would, tomorrow, it would be fantastic if the NASDAQ could find the muster and the guts to go ahead and rally back towards 14,000. That would be a good boost to the count and to what we're looking for in the coming weeks. So both upside and downsides laid out. We have Fibonacci coming down. We have some Fibonacci and some points moving back up, but resistance is not going to be all that big. We can put in additional Fibonacci's, but this one would be for the downside, not the upside. So we're going to continue just to kind of leave that. Let the market roll out a little bit more tomorrow. Use your moving averages. They're precious and they're glorious in terms of developing where the market's going to be going. What a lot of the algorithms that are in play are shooting for. When things start to break and on upside or downside, you've got to move things up to realize they're going to the next level. And it could be a point of control. It could be a past point of control. It could be the value area high. It can be an old value area high. These are all very much in play during the day for both or all the markets. They play very heavily into those levels. If you have a naked point of control above, or a naked value area high above, or a naked value area low below that actually didn't get touched, then normally a market will go back there. It will go back and it'll take care of business in those areas. So bear all that in mind. Have a good trading day tomorrow. The next update will be Monday, May 10th.